what's up guys, Snooty Minotaur here, and yes, it is finally time for me to bring back my Battle Pass ranking series. I figured it's finally time for me to bring back this series, but with a twist. You're getting a 2-for-1 special here, so the first half of this video will be with Chapter 3, and the second half will be with Chapter 4, and also Fortnite OG. I'm throwing that in there as well because, I mean, it technically counts as a Chapter 4 season. I mean, come on. If you haven't seen the previous two videos here, I'm actually going to spoil on what and where I have actually placed the battle passes. So here is the image right here for those who want to see where the series is at right now. So let's just hop right into it. Let's just dive right into this because I'm going to be tearing up the Chapter 3 battle passes because honestly, a lot of them, in the words of the cupcake eater himself,
I mean, it's alright, like.
So without further ado, let's hop in with the Chapter 3 battle passes. Starting off at my number 4 spot here, this is going to be Chapter 3 Season 4. I feel like this was easily the worst battle pass out of the entire chapter in my opinion. There was just a lot of wrong that happened in here. Now let's just get this out of the way here. Spider-Gwen easily was the best part of this entire battle pass. She carried this entire battle pass just by herself. She was easily the best skin out of here. A lot of the other skins out of here, like for example the Herald, she wasn't bad, but it felt like a really worse version of the Cube Queen. And plus her storyline purpose was just garbage. Grizz was the meme skin of this season. I'd like to say it like that, but I didn't really see anyone really using him. Lennox Rose was also not a great skin as well. I mean, it was a cell shade skin, but I really feel like it just didn't look great, and we got better skins which were cell shading skins earlier in the chapter, so I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this one. Twin was an okay skin. I do like how it was kind of based off of the Joey skin from Chapter 2 Season 7, but again, it just really wasn't, it didn't really hit the mark with a lot of people in my opinion. And then we come to the Paradigm. This skin in my opinion was only made due to the fact that the original Paradigm was a limited time skin, which as I've said previously on this channel before, I feel like they shot themselves in the foot with that decision. And then there's also Meowskulls, who obviously a lot of people simped for this skin. If you were not on Twitter when this skin was first dropped, consider yourself lucky. And then there is Bites, a skin that I think had a lot of potential to be good, but my god was just done horribly. Fun fact, this is actually one of the lowest rated skins on Fortnite.gg. And I know this skin has a following, you know, if you like the skin, that's great, but in my opinion, this skin was a massive disappointment, considering that the original concept looked so much better than what we actually got in game. And also, the pickaxe I gotta just talk about it here is garbage. It's absolutely trash. Oh, but speaking of which, the other cosmetics out of here are not great either. The emotes are pretty much all Party Royale fodder. Literally, if you go into Party Royale, you will most likely see simps using most of these emotes. The pickaxes are extremely forgettable. The back blings are not really that great, and the gliders are also just okay. This battle pass, in my opinion, was just really not it. I definitely think that this was the weakest battle pass from Chapter 3. Not one of the worst battle passes I've ever seen in my life, but in terms of the whole battle pass in general, it was really not a good one. Let's move on to my number 3 spot. This is going to be Chapter 3 Season 2. This battle pass also kind of felt a little bit similar to Season 4's, but I feel like it was slightly better, considering that we did get some storyline characters in here, like 2 members of the 7 being the Origin and the Imagine. And also, we can't forget about Gunner, a skin that was pretty long overdue to happen. I'm glad we got him. Then we had Orisa, which wasn't a bad skin. I actually do think she was pretty good. I do think that the cell shading on her was a little bit much. I'm glad they made a newer one that you can actually turn it off with, which is great. Not to say this one was bad, but this one was still good. Then we had Suki 2.0, which I like the concept, but I think the execution of the skin really was just, it really wasn't that great. Then we had Kiara KO, hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. Not a terrible skin again, but it's just really odd, considering that her built-in emote should have not been built in at all. And then we come to the collaborations, which made absolutely no sense for this season. We had 2 Marvel skins in here, which by the way, this is a trend throughout Chapter 3's battle passes. Almost all of them, when it came to the collaborations, were all Marvel themed besides one. Why? We had Doctor Strange, which was obviously just there to promote the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie, and the Prowler, which I'm pretty sure was there because of the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie coming out at that time, but it was delayed obviously. But these skins, in my opinion, did not make any sense to be in here. They were just only there for advertisements, and that's pretty much all I can say about them. And when it came down to the emotes, oh god, they were bad. There was not a single dance throughout this entire battle pass. All of it was just Party Royale fodder. The pickaxes. The only good one that was there that was more or less worth your time was Doctor Strange's pickaxe, but maybe the Omni pickaxes were not that bad either. The back blings were just okay, but I do feel like the gliders were probably the best part about this battle pass. We did get some pretty unique gliders out of here, but overall this battle pass was just not great. Definitely was a bit better than last season, the seasons which I just mentioned, but overall it just didn't really hit for me, and that's why I'm putting it right here. Now let's move on to my number 2 spot. This is going to be Chapter 3 Season 1. Yet another battle pass that has a lot of stuff that not really a lot of people really use. I will say there's a lot of forgettable skins out of here, like Lieutenant John Llama is really forgettable. Shanta, the tier 1 skin, really was not the greatest one in the world. And then Haven was done so badly because you had to do all these quests to get stupid masks, and I did them all, and my god, it was torture. And then obviously Gumbo, people just compare him to Benson from freaking Regular Show. That's the only reason why this skin has a following. And then obviously Ronin as well. This is a skin that more or less people started talking about not too long ago because of a Chapter 4 skin looking very similar to him. Not to say the skin's bad, but I do think that he is pretty decent for what he is. But obviously this battle pass is carried by pretty much all the other skins here. I do think that the fan favorite one out of here was Harlow. I actually really like this skin. I think she's pretty underrated, but she's overshadowed by the other two, which is the Foundation and Spider-Man. First of all, Spider-Man in Fortnite, I mean, that's just been something that's clickbaited for a long time, and we finally got him in the game, and my god, they did him so well. And the Foundation was also a really good skin. I thought that he really wasn't going to be one of my favorites from the season, but I actually really enjoyed what they did with him. And not to mention, the emotes that we got out of here were actually not terrible. Sure, they were all Party Royale fodder emotes, but I actually will say that these ones were not that bad. We also had some pretty good pickaxes out of here and some pretty decent gliders. I do think that overall this battle pass was a pretty decent one. Would I say it's one of the best battle passes we've ever had? Not really, and that sucks coming from a really good season. That obviously is Chapter 3 Season 1, but you know, it is what it is. I am glad that we did get some of the stuff that we did get within that battle pass. But ladies and gentlemen, you already are probably scratching your heads going like, what? Why is this number 1? That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Chapter 3 Season 3 is the best battle pass from Chapter 3, in my personal opinion.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
I can already see people in the comments saying, oh, this battle pass is absolute trash. This season was trash. Why are you putting this right here at number 1? Here's the thing. Out of all the battle passes from Chapter 3, this one I felt like had a lot more effort put into it than other ones. And honestly, that has to do with the original skins. Eevee, obviously a fan favorite skin. A lot of people really love that skin. You also had Snap, which was an awesome, really awesome skin here, which is super highly customizable. Sabina, which is actually a criminally underrated skin. I actually will say I do really like running the skin from time to time. Adira, another insanely underrated skin. This is a fantastic skin in my opinion. And then there was Malik, who I actually will say I kind of wish they did a little more with him in terms of like the night theming surrounding him, but I will say what we did get with him was pretty good. And we don't talk about Stormfarer. Stormfarer is just a garbage skin. Not really much else to say about it. And then we have the collaborations, and this was the only battle pass from this chapter that did not have a single Marvel skin in here, and that was Indiana Jones and Darth Vader. Having Darth Vader be in Fortnite is freaking awesome. However, it did come with massive consequences. Why'd you give him a fucking spoon? And also, this is the only Darth Vader skin that we actually got in Fortnite. So for people who are a massive diehard Star Wars fans, you cannot get this skin unless if they were to go and remake him in some way, shape, or form. Same thing with Indiana Jones, but I think you can probably make a counter argument to that one that they could probably remake him, but who generally knows? And not to mention, there actually are some pretty good emotes out of here. With that, we had a few really cool ones, like we had a selfie one, which was like a really cool one. It's called Blown Up. And then Steady, which is an icon emote, which a lot of people really like. I'm not a fan of it, but it's a dance. I will take a dance, even if it's a stupid TikTok emote. I will take it. We did have some pretty good pickaxes out of here. I remember one of them, I believe it was like the Dragon Ruin Lance. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. This pickaxe was actually like pay to win. There were some pretty good gliders out of here. And like overall, this was a really good battle pass. I was actually pleasantly surprised about putting this at number 1, but I feel like it needs to be right here. It is the best one out of the entirety of Chapter 3. You can dislike me if you want to, but it's staying right here. We are all done with Chapter 3. So now let's move on to Chapter 4. This chapter actually actually had a lot of really good battle passes. Well, besides one, which we're just going to get it out of the way right now. So let's hop in at my number 5 spot here. This is going to be Chapter 4 Season 3. Are you not surprised that this is literally right here at the bottom of this entire list? This battle pass is trash. There is only 2 good skins out of here that are just remotely worth your time, Lorenzo and Era. Every other skin is either very forgettable or mishandled to shit or just really bad. Relic is not a great looking skin in my opinion. Trace, while I will say he's not terrible, there's a lot of better skins that we did get from this battle pass. Ryan is just a really generic skin, not really anything special about the skin. Mariposa really was an interesting skin in my opinion, but I will say that it definitely was like the best worst skin out of here. And then we come to the other 2 skins. Optimus Prime, while I will say he is a really cool looking skin, they did him absolutely dirty in this battle pass. They barely gave him anything out of here, which is absolutely crazy. Like, how do you give one of the most iconic characters in fiction hardly anything in this battle pass? Is insane to me. He looks cool, but I will say that they did him absolutely dirty in this battle pass. And then there was Paradise Meowscles. This is the definition of lazy. I know there's people that really like this skin, all power to you, but in my opinion, this is one of the worst skins out of the battle pass we have ever had. This skin should have not been a battle pass skin at all. It should have just been an item shop skin for the summer escape event. I'm just saying, I'm just gonna leave it at that. This skin is trash. It's not even worth talking about. However, I will say there were some decent emotes out of here. We did get at least a dance out of here, and the best emote that we did get from this entire battle pass was literally a meme emote. We did get some cool pickaxes though. I will say that there were some good ones out of here, and the gliders were actually pretty good as well. But it doesn't save the whole battle pass here in my opinion. This battle pass completely falls on its knees when only two skins out of here are good. You know this battle pass absolutely sucks. Now let's actually start getting into some good battle passes here. So let's move on to my number 4 spot. This is going to be Fortnite OG. I know people are probably like, what? You're really counting this on here? And well, yeah, technically this is a chapter 4 season, so I can't really put it in its own separate video, so I'm putting it right here, and it's gonna be at number 4. Now I will say, as this battle pass is pretty small, which is why it's right here, but I will say it does pack a serious punch. We had some awesome skins out of here, like for example, the Spectre Knight skin. We also had Renegade Lynx out of here. Little Split, probably the weakest skin out of here, but it is still pretty cool that we did get a skin like this. I do think it was long overdue to happen. And Omega Rock, which was actually a really awesome tier 100, or sorry, tier 50 skin, if you really want to put it like that. More or less the final skin out of the battle pass. There, I should have just said that. We also had some pretty good emotes out of here. While there wasn't a lot of them out of here, I do really like how each skin essentially got its own emote. We had some really good pickaxes out of here and some okay back blings. I will say that's probably the weakest part of this entire battle pass, but I will say that the gliders were really cool. Not really much else to say about this battle pass. It was pretty small for what it was, but overall I do think that it was a pretty good one. All right, let's move on to my number 3 spot. This is going to be chapter 4 season 4. I don't really know a lot of people who really talk about this one, and that's a damn shame considering that the season in my opinion was criminally underrated. This is another one of those instances to where the battle pass is also very underrated. All the original skins out of here, besides Nolan Chance, he was hot garbage. I'm just gonna say that right now. The worst tier 1 skin out of that entire chapter, no question about it. Was really good. May was an awesome skin that had the cell shading effect that you can turn on and off, and it was just an overall very clean skin. Fish Stick was a very funny skin, I will say. Kind of was a little lazy for it to be a Fish Stick skin, but hey, I actually do really like what they did with him here, and he feels a lot more original than all the other Fish Stick skins that we've gotten in Fortnite in general. Piper Pace is a very clean female skin that a lot of pros actually really like this skin. I know that the comp community likes running this skin, so maybe in the future we can see this become like a full-blown sweat skin. Who knows? Then we have Antonia, which is probably my personal favorite female skin from this season. Like, it was really good, super clean, fantastic skin in my opinion. Blew up with the Fortnite community and probably the most popular skin from this battle pass, other than Kato Thorn. Even though I will say Kato Thorn, in terms of story purposes, was hot garbage, the skin itself was fantastic. Oh, I know people are probably wondering what about the other 2 skins in this battle pass? Well, that's the reason why this battle pass is right here in the middle, because the collabs were just extremely random. random. We had Kabi LeMay in this battle pass, which he was cool, but it just felt extremely random for him to be in this battle pass in my opinion. And then we had Ahsoka from Star Wars being in here as the bonus skin in this battle pass. I do feel like this skin was just another one of those instances, especially with Star Wars in general, that was just done so dirty. Why did you give Ahsoka a freaking spatula? I know it's from the show, but again, it just felt so random considering that they could have just gave her dual lightsabers. I'm just saying. We did get some really good emotes out of here as well. We did get a few dances, which was pretty cool. We also had some okay pickaxes. There weren't really a ton of pickaxes out here, which I was like really screaming for. And then the gliders, while they weren't the best gliders in the world, I will say they were not the worst. Overall, this was a pretty underrated battle pass. Not much else to really say about it. It's a pretty good one overall. It sucks a lot of people don't really talk about it, but it is what it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to my number 2 spot. This is going to be Chapter 4, Season 1. Talk about a way to start off the chapter. This season's battle pass was so good. From the original skins that we got out of here, like for example, Nezumi is a very underrated skin in my opinion, as well as Messiah. Those two skins are extremely underrated. Celine was a really clean female skin, which was the tier 1 for that season. Halsey was a very awesome skin as well, a very popular skin as well for the Fortnite community. I know that she got a lot of art when she came out, which was really cool. And then Dusty, probably my favorite female skin from this entire season. Absolutely fantastic skin. I really love what they did with her. And then we also had the Ageless, which was the first tier 100 skin in a long time. I think since, I'm pretty sure, chapter 2 that was an original skin. It blew up because of that reason alone, and a lot of people really love this skin, and I still see it ran to this very day. He is an absolutely badass knight skin and one of the best knight skins of all time in Fortnite. I think that he was really good. And then there was the collaborations. We had 2 gaming collabs in this battle pass. We had Doomslayer, which people thought he was going to be the tier 100 skin. He was not. And oh my god, what they did with his set was so awesome. He was really good. And then we had the Witcher collaboration with Geralt of Rivia. I keep messing up that name every time I try to say him on this channel, but he was really good. I definitely think that he was definitely the weaker skin out of the 2 gaming skins, but it was still a really cool thing to see. Not 1 gaming collab, but 2 in a battle pass. Like, that was insane. And the emotes out of here were really good. While I will say, I do feel like the best one was Lunar Party, not because of it being an icon emote, because I do feel like that dance was really good. A lot of the other emotes out here did feel like Party Royale fodder. I won't lie when I say that. We had some awesome pickaxes out of here. I do really think that my favorite one was Dusty's pickaxe. I do really like how you can turn it from a dual wield pickaxe into a bat pickaxe in general, which is awesome. And we had some awesome gliders in here. Like, almost all the gliders were super great, especially the Ageless's glider. Like, that glider was fucking awesome. Sorry for cussing there, but I had to say that. It's awesome. This battle pass was really strong. Like, I really think in terms of a start for a chapter, this is one of the best battle passes we've ever had, period. I think this is a fantastic battle pass in general. I do really think that this was a really good one. But ladies and gentlemen, at the number 1 spot for the Chapter 4 Battle Passes, you already could guess it, it's Chapter 4, Season 2.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
In terms of the theming for a battle pass, like when it comes to a season and a battle pass, this was the best one in my opinion. We had Thunder, which was a really clean skin in my opinion. We had Stray, which was an awesome drift skin. We had Highwire, which is a very underrated skin. A lot of people don't really seem to give this skin enough credit, but I actually think that she was really underrated. Same thing goes with Imani. I actually do think this is another one of those really clean skins, which is a cell shading skin, and it doesn't actually really affect it in my opinion. I actually do really like how clean she looks. And then there's Mystica, which is a very sick skin. I really like what they did with this skin in general here, especially with the edit styles. They all look really good on this skin. Renzo the Destroyer, a really awesome and pretty intimidating tier 1 skin. And then we have Mizuki, another very awesome original tier 100 skin. I love what they did with her. She's probably my favorite tier 100 skin from Chapter 4. I love running this skin. It's super clean. The edit styles are fantastic. I love what you can do with this skin, and not to mention her built-in emote is amazing. By the way, all the skins which I just mentioned were all part of the battle pass. The collab was part of the bonus section, and that was Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, the first ever anime collab to ever be in the battle pass. And honestly, in terms of what we got with him, he was really good. We actually had dances in this battle pass, believe it or not. We had quite a few of them, which is awesome. I will say that. We had some awesome emotes out of here in general. The pick pickaxes were really good. The gliders were awesome as well. Like, this battle pass was just so awesome. It fit the theme for the season, and it was just done so damn well. This battle pass is one of the best battle passes, in my personal opinion, that we have ever gotten in Fortnite.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this episode of my Battle Pass ranking series. Here is the official tier list right now. And yeah, I don't know when I'll come back to make another one of these videos. Maybe when Chapter 5 ends. I think probably around the time when Chapter 5 is ending. That is when I will come back and make the Chapter 5 video surrounding these Battle Passes. And then after that, we're going to be doing this yearly. So I'm glad to get done the rest of the Battle Passes in this video. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. Really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did happen to enjoy this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to check out my Twitter, aka my X account. Socials are all on screen. Thank you all so much for watching. I love every single one of you. Remember, everyone, it's always good to take chances.